give you guys enough time for the bet those primetime games. That's what we do here in the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us, Ninos. We got Alex Smart with us, Jay Briggs, Shane Mickle. Out in Las Vegas, Nevada, it is Tony Brown and Wayne Scott. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Smart, Nino, Scott, Mickle, Brown, Briggs, and I will close this one out. All right, we got on the board tonight a few games, a handful of games here. Major League Baseball, couple there. That big NBA game night, Nuggets and Lakers. And, of course, we do also have the NHL game tonight, game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. And, it's a Wednesday. We're going to mix in a little boxing for you as well. Lomachenko in action on the weekend, and Wayne will have a pick for you from there. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I think we're going to be ready to roll here with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how's everything? We're going to go after some Major League Baseball tonight. We're going to go after that Jays-Yankees game. We're going to do a money line on that. The Blue Jays are favorites here, but they have an expected right-hander with Jose Berrios going on the hill. And, he's one of the better pitchers on the Blue Jays staff. But, he's been, I'd say, average at best this year, 3-3, 4.70 ERA. Also, he hasn't got a great history against the Yankees. He's 3-4 with a 5.14 ERA and 9 career starts against the Yankees. I'm betting, my power rankings, pitcher versus batting order power rankings, with last year's MPB back in the lineup again and healthy for the Yankees. They look like formidable underdogs here in this spot. And I know Cortez may not get a lot of backers here, the Yankees starter, but you know what? He's going against sort of a depleted lineup here. If Vladimir Guerrero does play tonight, he has a sore knee. He's not 100%, but, he missed yesterday, and odds are he will probably miss today. And we have
Kevin Kiermaier. He's going to miss, confirmed.
Yeah, and he's confirmed. So Kevin Kiermaier, I think, will also miss tonight because of illness. So Cortez has the luck, I guess, of going against a bit of depleted Blue Jays lineup. It's also interesting to note the Blue Jays are 1-6 this year against American League East teams, and they're 1-7 in the last 8 home games versus a left-hander like Cortez. So that has not been a good omen going forward. And also another omen that sort of backs the Yankees here is after an 8-7 count yesterday. Toronto came away with a win there. Also, the Yankees have proven resilient in the past, going 5-0 the last games following a defeat. So, long story short, we're going to take the Yankees on a value line.
All right, Alex, let's go Yankees here. Plus 115 now, plus up to 124, sharpest book in the world. Do your shopping, get the best numbers here in this one, and I think you're seeing why Blue Jays may be getting a little bit of money, even though Guerrero out of the lineup. Alex, has just been the trend here with Berrios at home, right? Just been seemed maybe just some fluke thing, right? I think the last number. Let's see what we got here with Berrios at home. Team record behind Berrios at home. 16-1 when he's favored by -110 or higher. I think a lot of people are seeing that number right now.
I see the one. And,
could be two, right? Two.
Yeah. You got to look at both sides of this. And sometimes trends are a beautiful thing, and when they correspond with what I consider a right side. But sometimes trends can be deceiving. I'm not saying bet against this trend. I'm not saying go with this trend, but I'm saying, it's something to keep in mind, and it's good that you brought that up. And I'm sure a lot of people look at that. But once again, trends have a way, all good and bad trends have a way of coming to an end. So we're looking for it to come to an end tonight. And if it doesn't come to an end, hey, we got a value line to bet into. We're not jacking up all kinds of money here and throwing it out the window. Hey, we're going with the Yankees. The New York Yankees. Let's go with those Yankees.
So hot bats right now from the Yankees. No Guerrero in the lineup here, plus 115 here against the Blue Jays. This one to have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action, where you put together some really good results here in the NHL. Look at the numbers Alex put together here in the NHL. 1,098 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. So if you go to Alex's handicap over at Pick Dogs, you take a look at that leaderboard. You can see he's put together some great numbers there. It's also verifiable. You can verify those numbers here when you go down to pick history there. So tonight we have Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final, an NBA, a couple baseball. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I finally, the playoffs have been good to me. It was a real crap season in the NBA. One of my worst seasons, I think, in my entire online career, maybe my entire life. But anyway, I recalibrated for the playoffs, and things were truer to form. I guess because also because a lot of players just played through their injuries instead of screwing me at the last minute and not showing up for a game. Anyway, that's a long story. But make a long story short, I've hit close to 63% of my playoff selections over the last 54 selections overall. So I've got a couple of NBA selections on board tonight, the side and the total, from the Nuggets and the Lakers, and I have one NHL total up, and that's from the Florida Panthers till tonight. And what else do we have going? Oh, best bet of the day, Major League Baseball value line. Follow along.
Along with Alex Smart over at Pick Dog. Great results in NHL. Get on board here with Alex. Individual plays here tonight from the NBA as well as NHL. The total in there, best bet from Major League Baseball. So get on board with that. Instead of buying the plays individually, you may consider the long-term pass the way Alex is running. Why don't you get that 1 month all sports pass? That'll cover the remainder of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs as well as the NBA playoffs and 30 days of baseball. And when you get that 1 month all sports pass, pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Let's make some money all summer long as we wait for our first tailgate party in September.
That's right. Yeah. It's getting closer and closer. All right, Alex, have a great night. Alex Smart here on the drive-through. All right, guys, we'll continue on. If you missed a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show, as we always do. Let's continue on the show. Ninos is up next. Catch him over at Pick Dodge. Bring him off to a really good baseball season this year. Bring him in right now. Ninos, what's happening?
I'm pretty good. Looking forward to tonight's matchup. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing great. I am too. I think we're looking forward to. We're getting 3 picks from this game. We got Ninos coming on a side. We're gonna have a total, and Tony Brown's coming in with a player prop tonight from this. And so we got this one covered many ways tonight. We're gonna get from Ninos here the side in this one between the Lakers and the Nuggets here. We see the Nuggets still holding steady here at -5.5. It was been like that for some time. I think yesterday we saw the 5.5. And it's been sitting there. Total sits here at 226.5, which has crept up a little bit from, I believe, the opener here. Some people like the offense that we saw in game number 1 as it opened at 225.5. So we've seen a little bit of line movement up here in this one between the Lakers and Nuggets.
Yeah, you mentioned the line sticking to 5.5, but it is juiced to the Nuggets. So if you're patient with this pick, we might see some 6s pop up. And I think we will. I mean, we got close to 2.5 hours left to tip off, so I could see some more Nuggets home money coming in before then. And yeah, getting that 6 might be crucial, as we saw in the first matchup. As I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the games. I mentioned a couple people already on it, but I think it's just Tony going to talk about it. But I do like the Lakers to at least, get off to a better start than they did in the last game. It's going to be hard for them not to do any worse than they did in the first quarter or second quarter, for that matter. First half altogether was pretty bad in the first matchup, and Nuggets have been great at home all season long, and kind of scary. Only getting less than 6 points going up against this team that's not only been great winning straight up, but also covering pretty well. Very well, I should say, at home. So, again, the Lakers getting off to a better start. I think this one might just come down to the wire. And I could definitely see the Lakers pulling off the upset. I mean, I don't think they're going to go down quietly and get swept in this series. Of course, Nuggets much weaker on the road, so you could see the Lakers maybe winning a couple at home. But again, wouldn't be shocked to see them win this one outright, sitting close to plus 200 here on the money line. Is probably worth taking a shot on tonight as well. But we're looking at the points here with the Lakers.
Yeah, Elnino says go ahead and take the points. Take that 5.5 here with the Lakers here against the Nuggets. And it's hard to argue that one. I mean, that's the situation here we've got right now with this one, is the fact that the Lakers have defended well. They've been a team that will fight, and we saw that there when they got behind big against Denver, making a game of it at the end.
Yeah, I know you like to talk about the mid-season pickups they got, but this team, it's not just about LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Sure, they're the 2 stars leading the way, but we got some guys that like to play hard now too. So being down big early obviously They didn't give up. They played hard and fought back. It was a bit too little, too late, obviously. But again, I don't think they'll have that bad of a start tonight, so we won't have to worry about battling back. And it's interesting matchups up and down this lineup for both teams, and I think the Lakers should be able to find some favorable matchups for them, and make their offense work and get something going. Obviously, stopping Jokic is no easy task, and if you do overplay him on defense, he'll find his teammates. So it's going to be tough defensively, but we got to figure some stuff out offensively as well.
Yep, no doubt about that. They got to get the offense up. That's been the issue there with the Lakers on the road here in some of their games. They got to get that offense going. They do it, and they've done it so far in one game. They've won one road game in each of their series. They just need to get one here and control that home court, which they've done. They've been the best home court team. The Lakers have been the best home court team in the postseason. I believe the Nuggets are the second best home team as far as net rating goes.
They obviously home court is going to be huge here, and you mentioned the Lakers, but the Nuggets, as great as they've been at home, it's as we were talking about before the show, it's a completely different story on the road. So, they've got the lead now, and but again, a win tonight for the Lakers would completely swing that momentum, and big home court advantage for the Lakers if they do manage to steal this one tonight.
All right, there we go with Ninos here. Lakers plus 5.5 here against the Nuggets. This one will have a start time here of 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, and this one will be over on ESPN. All right, El Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim for tonight's action. Showing great results here in Major League Baseball. You can see from El Ninos, all document over at Pick Dodge Prim. Showing great results the last 7 days. 725 units of profit last 7 days. All showing profit last 30 days. Couple on board from baseball, singles from NBA and NHL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, quite one tonight. A lot of games I like much better tomorrow, though. It's a pretty small card today. So just one play in the MLB for me. You got my play in the NBA tonight. Tough game one in the NHL, honestly. It's going to be a fun series to watch this one. So I really want to take a look at game one and get a better feel for it. But yeah, it should be a great series in the NHL as well. Just my $90 play in the MLB tonight. Already got my, I believe, second favorite play for tomorrow already loaded up. My best bet for tomorrow should be up shortly as well.
All right, guys, more down here over at Pick Dodge. Great results to see here in Major League Baseball. Has this $19 premium play right now for Major League Baseball, so get on board with that. 10-2 run in MLB, so get that one big bet tonight for Major League Baseball from El Ninos. And, of course, the long-term passes as well. You can see the 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all of El Ninos premium plays for that period of time you select when you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase. And, of course, use the promo code PICK at checkout to save that 15% off. All right, El Ninos, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
Got an El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next. All right, everybody, sorry about that little glitch there. Guys cappers can sign back in. We got Wayne here with us live, and hopefully we'll get back here in just a second as we wait for the YouTube and all the connections to get live in here. We're going to go ahead and bring in Wayne in just a second. So this will be part 2. This will just be part 2 here of the show. And let me make sure that we are live on Pick Dogs before we get started with the next segment, which I see that we are live on Pick Dogs right now. So it looks that way. It looks like we're getting back live here, guys. So just give us a second here. The cappers should be signing back in a little bit here, and we got Wayne ready to go. He's the next one up here. We're going to get a fight pick here from Wayne, and I just want to make sure that we get signed in here. Just give us a second, and I think we'll be ready to roll in just a second. I just want to make sure that we have all our looks like we got all our connections back again. Sorry about that little glitch. Don't know what it was. It happens sometimes. But looks like we got everybody back. Let's see here. Although I can't chat in here for some reason. All right, so we're back here. All right, we're back, and I see Shane back here. Guys, so all the cappers signing back in. So we just had a little glitch, and we're ready set to go. Okay, next up here, we're going to bring in Wayne Scott, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Wayne right now. We're going to talk a little bit fights, the fight game with Wayne. I think we're set to go here. We'll bring Wayne in right now in just a second. And then we got Shane up next, and then I think we're going to close it off with Jay. So we'll bring him in right now. Wayne Scott. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. We're back live again, so things are rosy. All right, don't have the graphics for this. We're going to get boxing and the feeds in here. I just got a short notice on the pick. So anyway, we're going to be looking at this fight between Lomachenko and we're going to get a pick from you on this fight here. Yeah, and who we got here? Lomachenko and Haney. That's right.
Yes, sir. We got Lomachenko and Haney, as Tony just stated, May 20th on Saturday. Main event normally starts around 10 o'clock or be close to 10 o'clock. This fight card is thrown by Top Rank ESPN pay-per-view. So, but yeah, we have the former unified lightweight champion Vasily Lomachenko, once considered pound for pound. He once carried the IBF, WBO, and WBA 4 years ago in this lightweight division, and he had a choice to fight the two young and uppercomers out of Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. He ended up fighting Teofimo Lopez, where he took his second loss, and after he took his second loss, he bounced back great from that, winning his last 3 fights, and now he ends up having to fight Devin Haney for all 4 of the belts. Devin Haney has gained all 4 of the belts in the lightweight division. He is the undisputed champion, holding all 4 of the belts in that weight class. And now Lomachenko will have a chance to fight him. Devin Haney is 29-0, 15 KOs. He's only 24 years old. Lomachenko is 17-2 with 11 KOs. He's 35 years old. This is, matter of fact, one of the most outstanding fights that can be made this year as far as just the pure boxing form. You're not going to see big, heavy knockout blows, possibly not, but pure boxing. We have a young fighter in Devin Haney who is a fascinating boxer, young and skilled, and we have a Lomachenko who's known as a technician as far as the boxing goes. And they have a saying in boxing, when you have 2 good fighters and great fighters, you go with the one that the size normally takes it 9 out of 10 times. So I'm going to roll with Devin Haney to win by decision in this fight. I do think Loma comes to this fight with a great fight plan, ready to fight. But I think just the length, the height, and the weight of Devin Haney will be the ultimate outcome. And I think he will beat Lomachenko on the cards in this one.
All right, we got Wayne here. This is the fight here for Saturday. It's a short card today, so we allowed the cappers to delve into UFC if they want boxing, even some games for tomorrow we asked. And, of course, this is why on Thursday, only 4 games in prime time. So we're coming in here with a fight from Wayne. I know I followed Lomachenko when he was in the Olympics. He really dominated the Olympics, came in strong. I think he suffered an early loss early in his career, but now he's getting maybe a little longer in the tooth now. And these younger guys are you believe has just too much speed here against Lomachenko.
Yes, sir. As Tony mentioned, one of the best amateur, man. Lomachenko's a Hall of Famer. This is Lomachenko. For those of you who don't know Lomachenko is fighting at 135. This is like the peak of his weight. He can, after this fight, if he doesn't, he's going for all 4 belts at this weight. If he doesn't win this fight and claim unanimous, undisputed, and win all 4 belts, he has a chance to go down and dominate. So he's a smaller fighter. Devin Haney, after he wins or loses this fight, he's most likely going to go up. So Lomachenko is fighting a little undersized, but Lomachenko, that's how good Lomachenko is. He has to fight the bigger guys just to get competition, because if he goes, when he's shown that he's fighting at the 126 or 130 light class, he makes people quit. He dominates. So it's just one of those things where Lomachenko's at the peak of his weight class, and he's fighting one of the elite fighters, and that catches up to you when you're fighting guys that are bigger than you. Yeah,
but matter of fact, you mentioned that. We saw that with Canelo Alvarez, right, when he went up in weight and got pounded, and there's still question marks whether Canelo will continue. Do you think he's going to retire?
No, sir. I think Canelo has about 2 years left in the tank. He just got to be careful about trying to be too great when you're already great. You know, you're trying to go up there and fight these bigger guys with these belts. They have a belt for a reason. They're knocking guys out and beating these top guys. And sometimes you want to go up there and test the waters, and that might not be the best test for you that late in your career.
What are some of the fights, the bigger fights you see coming up here down the line, Wayne, with the sweet science?
I'm loving these heavyweights coming up. I think we might get that Joshua Wilder one. I know they don't have the belts, but they're still whipping up that fight to see if one of them can knock one of each other out and take on Fury. Fury, Yusuke. So the heavyweight fights, and as far as the lightweight, we want to see Shakur. We want to still see Tank get back in there. We want to see Ryan get back in there and redeem himself. You got the Charlo twins at 160, so it really just depends what weight class. At the smaller weights, I know we got the Inoue coming up to fight my boy Fulton. That's going to be a great fight. So lots of fights. It's just depending on the weight class you're looking at.
Yeah, no doubt about that. See the weight classes, of course. Wayne, a huge fan of the sweet science. So am I. I like to watch some of the prospects down here. There's a lot of fight cards here in Southern California. I go check the Thompson's promos because those are the fighters that are up and coming that are trained by really good trainers who are trying to get wins. Obviously, fights for their fighters. You got to kind of build up those records, and then they put you on TV. Those are the fights that I like to go and watch.
No, facts, Tony. You're in a place, like you said, where some of the best boxers are built out there in Cali and Vegas, all over there. Much respect to those, and the Jersey areas too. But I know, as you've seen, there's a lot of fire prospects coming out of your area. So, take advantage, Tony. Go out there and watch them guys before they charge an arm and leg for you to see them.
Yeah, I've done that. I do take advantage of it. And, of course, I think boxing got hurt with the pandemic. Not a lot of we saw UFC continue. Boxing did not. And just talking to the promoters out here in Southern California, the first year after the pandemic was tough because the fighters were just inactive.
Exactly, man. You just need a good platform, and they need a better way, like Mitch has said sometimes, to promote these younger fighters or give people a reason to want to watch it, because people want to watch fights, but sometimes you got to have a better way to build and promote this thing. So I'm not sure how boxing can do that, but besides the main fights, there's a lot of quality fighters that just need that platform to be watched.
No doubt about that. We're hoping ESPN Plus. It's a reasonable price there. We see ESPN Plus with the top rank in there, so maybe we can see some more fights coming out of there. Although it's tough now. There's just so much college football now, and a lot of the sporting events really taking the center stage here, especially with the NBA. College football has become. I think the rise of college football has really hurt boxing. We thought it was UFC, but man, these college football games in primetime now, it's just getting so much attention now than it did in the past.
No, facts, man. They're fighting with these top sports, man. It's going to be hard to get that TV time, man. Definitely when you're not putting the top fighters in the world against each other. It's just it's going to be hard to fight out them top sports.
All right, Wayne here. Haney by decision, minus 175 against Lomachenko. This one goes off on Saturday. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, a handful of games tonight. We have two on the diamond. We have one on the hardwood with that Lakers Nuggets. The Eastern Conference Finals begin here in the NHL. Great results over the last 30 days. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Same thing as yesterday, just two straight plays for y'all. Both of them for sale, one on the ice and one in the NBA. I went 2-0 yesterday with the Heat +2, and I loved the under and took the under in the Orioles Angels under 9. Coming back with two picks today. One on the ice in the NHL game between Carolina and the Panthers, and one on the NBA game. So check me out over there at pickdogs.com. Also check me out long term. Save money, not getting it pick by pick, and give me long term. Pair me up with one of these guys, and let's cash and finish this month strong.
That's right, guys. Got a board here with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results this year over the last 30 days. 515 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also showing great profit here. Also, we're getting some grading here. So 635 now is the updated grade here from Wayne over the last 30 days. So get on board. Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got his NBA Make It Game of the Day. $19 premium there on the board. Remember, these one-day passes, credit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee, or go longer term and get better value there. Pick is your promo code to save 15% off. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. If we get space, we can squeeze you in tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I will try to get on here tomorrow. A lot of MLB cards, so I'll make sure I try to get a banger out for you guys tomorrow. Let's be clear on that pick, guys. Devin Haney, you have to go in there and go into the prop picks and pick him by decision to get him at minus 175. Because if you just take a money line to win the fight, it's minus 285. It's a decent parlay piece, but don't go in there and lose all your chips. Because Lomachenko is a firefighter. I just think it's like Tony said, a little long in the tooth, and going against a bigger, more experienced, he's struggled against these bigger, more experienced fighters. So Devin Haney money line, Devin Haney to win by decision minus 175.
You got that from Wayne Scott, boxing expert. All right, Wayne, have a great night. Hopefully catch with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Appreciate you for having me.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next is Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Shane in right now. Going to come in with some baseball for us. I think we're all set to roll here with Shane Mickle. Let's see if we can get his screen ready to roll here. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Doing great, doing great. All right, here we go. Tonight we're going not this game. We're going to be looking here. We had to change the graphic here after we had the little tech issue. But anyway, we're going to be looking at this game here between the Dodgers and the Cardinals tonight here. This one going off here 7:45 Eastern time. Urias on the hill here for the Dodgers. And we're seeing here the Dodgers favored here. Minus 146, total sits at 9.
Yeah, the Cardinals have been playing a little better coming. Well, I guess I think they've won 3 of their last 4 coming into this game. But this is a team that still has one big issue, and that's their pitching. They sent Adam Wainwright out to the mound. After last season, there was questions if he was going to retire. And the way the season started, maybe it would have been best if he'd hung up the cleats. He's really struggled to start the season. He got a late start this season. He only has a couple games under his belt. But he's struggled, and if these struggles continue, maybe not this month, but in the next couple of months, it might be a move to the bullpen, or just if the Cardinals are out of it, it might be a move to hey, let's just have you retire now, or sit on the bench, let some of these younger guys get some playing time. But I think the Dodgers offense that's talented top to bottom is going to find some success off of him. Julio Urias is on the mound for the Dodgers. You kind of know what you're going to get with him, especially as of late. He's going to go between 6 to 8 innings probably, and he'll probably give up anywhere between 1 and 3 runs. Even if he gives up the 3 runs in here, I think the Dodgers give him enough run support. I like him on the run line at the plus money, but if you just want to play it safe, you could lay that minus 140. That's not a terrible price to lay, but I like the plus money on the run line with the Dodgers.
You do your line shopping, get the best number. We see plus 105, plus 112. Do the shopping, get the best number. Yeah, Urias, really a lot of good numbers for him with Urias. You look at him when the Dodgers are favored between this minus 100 and minus 150 price range. 18-4 on the road. Some really, really strong numbers here. Road favorite, minus 125, minus 175, 23-6. 40-11 over his last 51 night games. It's just a lot of huge trends favoring this Urias here when he's the favorite.
Yeah, definitely. And even on the road, those are some really, really good road numbers. It doesn't seem to matter where Urias pitches. He finds success, and like you said, this Dodgers team is clearly one of the best teams in baseball. Again, there's not going to be many times this year you're going to get them sitting at minus 140. Now, of course, they could lose. It's not a guaranteed win by any stretch of the means of the imagination, but it almost feels like in these type of situations you got to take your chances with them instead of taking the chance when they're laying minus 250 or minus 300.
What'd you take out of the Twins in that series with the Dodgers?
Well, I think Rocco Baldelli should be fired to start. I don't know why they keep sending out Pagan. He's one of the worst relievers in baseball, one of the worst pitchers in baseball. That last game you had, you had 2 runners on, and I knew right when they put him in that those runs were scoring. There was no chance he was going to get anyone out. But I think there's some positive with the Twins. They need to figure out the bullpen and the offense. But the starting pitching is a team that can play in the playoffs. That's for sure. They've got a starting rotation that can play in the playoffs. Something that has not been the case. Usually it's been the offense they've had to lean on. They've had one good starter maybe, and then they got to try to piece together a series. I've got hope that this maybe could be the year. At least they pick up their first playoff win, and since 1985 or whatever it is. No, it hasn't been that long, but it's been a while.
Very good. All right, Shane here. Dodgers run line, lay the run and a half, plus 105 against Cardinals. Get the best number. This one will have a start time, 7:45 Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we have 2 on the board for Major League Baseball, 1 on the ice. Eastern Conference Finals begin. Game 2, Nuggets-Lakers. Great results from Shane here in the NHL this year, 668 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, my NHL's been strong, but I'm taking tonight off, and I just didn't have a strong play. I didn't want to force anything. I will definitely have something on tomorrow's night game, probably up in the next hour. I love that game. It might be my play of the week for the NHL. But for tonight, I have just one play of the NBA game. I have a strong play there that I really like, and then otherwise besides that, I've taken it light. But there's still plenty of value. The weekend's coming up, so hop on that long-term pass. You save a bunch of money that way, and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the great results here from Shane. 868 units of profit. Got an ice him up play of the day up there right now. That's his $19 premium. You see the great results in NHL this year. 868 units of profit, all documented. Also in there with the game of the day here from the NBA at 19 as well. But again, you may consider the long-term pass the way Shane's running. You get that 30-day all sports pass that covers you for the remainder of the NHL playoffs as well as the remainder of the NBA playoffs on all of Shane's premium plays from MLB for 30 days. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. That's good, $45 off that price point right now, which is great value right now when you get on board with Shane with that 30-day all sports pass. I can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know that they can find more of your content over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat, please.
Yeah, definitely. You can find MLB and NHL over on Pick Dogs, and then UFC, all UFC on Pick Dogs too, and then of course English Premier League on over on Sports Chat Place, and I think I'll be covering WNBA starting tomorrow on Pick Dogs. That's at least on Sports Chat Place by Randy, but don't sleep on the WNBA. I'll probably be putting out premium picks for it this year. There's not a ton of people that bet the WNBA, and you can get some really good lines if you just pay attention. So make sure to not sleep on the WNBA. There's always money to be made there too.
Yeah, always money to be made. And of course, I'm hearing a super team, New York Liberty. Are you buying into that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to be good, but I don't know. You have to worry about the New York pressure on that team too.
That's right.
And then of course with it's shorter series in the playoffs for the WNBA, and that can always be a factor too. You just have to get hot at the right time. 2 years ago we saw a Chicago Sky team that had a losing record during the regular season win the WNBA finals. But that Liberty team is gonna be fun to watch. I'm also excited to see how that Phoenix Mercury team does with Griner back. It'll be interesting to see. Just 2 years ago she was averaging over 20 points a game. She was a force, so hopefully she can get back to that type of play, and Phoenix can be a force too.
Are they still fine commercial?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know that? Okay,
I'm
that
sure
can't...
we'll hear about it if they were. I'm sure we'll hear about if they are.
I know, no doubt about that. All right, that was a big topic last year. All right, Shane, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yeah, Shane Mickle here on the drive through. Guys, you missed a pick. We'll recap at the end of the show. We did have a little technical issue there, but this if you want to watch the full show, it'll be in 2 parts. In case you're watching the replay, there is part 1 of this show on the archive. All right, let's continue on here on the show. More picks here. Let's go to Tony Brown in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll get some more Laker Nuggets coverage from Tony Brown. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Tony Brown. Oh, I went too far here. Let's go. Lots of cappers here, man. I've got almost 300, close to 300 scenes now on this show. So let's see if we can bring in Tony Brown. I think we're set to go here with Tony Brown. Here we go. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on out there, guys?
It's going great. All right, here we go. Lakers and Nuggets here in game number 2 of the Western Conference Finals. We still see 5.5 here on the Nuggets side, total 226.5 now. But you're going to be looking at this one a little differently.
Yeah, I have a premium pick on the actual side on this game and total, but it was a short slate of games, period, in the MLB, NHL, everything. So I got all premium picks today. So instead of a pick today on the free plays, I'm going to give you guys a little prop. I rarely do props, but I looked into this one, and I think we'll be pretty safe with this one. And that's Joker under 54 total points, rebounds, and assists. So that means they're going to add up the points he has, the rebounds he has, and the assists he has tonight. And if it's under 54 and a half total, we actually win the bet. And I think we do. There's only been 30, 20, and 10 games. Like, that's what he had, a 30, 20, 10 game with his triple-double. There's only been 3 of those. Only 3 times has that happened in NBA. So now we're kind of asking him to do it back-to-back and add a few rebounds and add a few assists. Like, he's great. He's all world. He deserves all the accolades. But to go 30, 20, and 10 back-to-back times, and it's only happened 3 times in the history of the game, that just seems like it's too much to ask. Especially since the Lakers need to tie this one. They need to get the steal on the road. They're going to throw all type of bodies at him. They're going to do everything they can. I think Joker's going to facilitate more this game. He'll be up there in the assists and maybe even the rebound, but I don't think he's going to have another 30, 10, and 10-plus game. And so for the free play, let's go under 54 for that.
All right, Tony Brown says under 54 here with the Jokic prop here. It's points plus rebounds plus assists will add up to less than 54 here in this one. You're right. It's game 2. It's the adjustment game, right? We're going to see the adjustments made defensively. There's no question about that. Lakers' strength has been defense. Of course, they'd like to see Mo Bamba back in there. The 25-year-old, I think he's got some length on him. But again, he's looked like he's going to miss his 8th straight game. He's recovering from an injection in his left ankle. It's not going to. It may not impact him here. Well, we don't know. What do you think his impact would have been had he been in this lineup?
I don't like playing the ifs and shoulda, woulda, coulda games. It's like I don't think he would have done much. You see, the Joker dropped a 30-20 triple-double on Anthony Davis, and he's one of the greatest players in the world. So to say Mo Bamba will be the difference would kind of be naive. But then again, it is length. It is, another 7-foot body and stuff. We did get him for a reason, but ever since he's came, he's been injured. He had to start off suspended because he had a fight, and now he's injured again. So to me, we could do without Mo Bamba.
All right, no worries there with Mo Bamba. All right, Tony Brown here. Jokic under 54 points plus rebounds plus assists. This one to have a start time 8:30 Eastern time on ESPN. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, tonight over on the board, we've got, the singles here from the NBA, NHL, as well as 2 on the board from Major League Baseball. Great results from Tony Brown. 1,525 units of profit last 30 days. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge Pin. Go to Tony Brown's handicapper page. Go down to Pick History. You'll be able to see it there. It's all documented. All right, Tony Brown, what do you have going on over at the site?
Tonight, like I said, it was a small board, so I got all premium picks. I got the NBA playoff perfect pick, I got the NHL playoff perfect pick, and I have my MLB laser lock. They're my top 3 plays on the board. You can grab them individually, or you can get all 3 with the Thursday 3 play and break your bookie 3 times over.
Break them 3 times over with Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge Payment. Great results, 1,525 units of profit last 30 days. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge Payment. So get on board with those plays right now from Tony Brown with that 3-star 3 play up there. Also at Top Ice, this is $19 premium play. Of course, you can go longer term, 3, 7, or 30 All Sports Pass. But Tony Brown, you're in Las Vegas here every single day. You've got that 1-year VIP pass.
Yeah, the VIP is all inclusive. You get every sport, every pick I release. And like tonight, you would need to buy the NHL pass. You would need to buy the NBA pass. You would need to buy the baseball pass. Just buying those 3 passes alone would cost more than getting the VIP pass. This way you get every single pick, playoffs, championships included for one low price. And it's a full 365 days of play.
There you go. From Tony Brown, 1-year All Sports Pass. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off, which is substantial savings there off that 1-year All Sports Pass. When you take $200 off that price. So get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dog Stream. All right, Tony, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, appreciate you having me, and I'll see you guys next week.
You got it, Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the show. Time for Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Catch his jam session here when there's games on the board from the NBA as well. Ready to go with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Coming in
What's
fine.
going on, Tony T? How you doing?
Going great. All right, here we go again. Lakers Nuggets game 2. Line that still is about the same, 5.5. The total now crept up a point, about a half point now to 226.5 here during this hour.
Yes, sir. Should be a very interesting game. I'm super excited for tonight's action. The way that I'm going to talk about this one on the drive-through, I'm going to talk about the total. I'm leaning under, man. If you watched the live jam session with me and Big Al McMorty today, we discussed this total in depth, and we both came to the conclusion that we like the under in this one. He informed me that the under in game 2 is pretty profitable spot to be. And when I go back and look at, the Lakers game 2, in their last previous series against the Warriors, they only put up 100 points. The Nuggets and the Suns was 97-87. It was a very low-scoring game in that game 2. And I believe he said when there's a high-scoring game in that game 1, typically the game 2 is lower scoring. And I happen to be there with him. I had the under game 1 as I thought both teams played extremely great defenses throughout their first 2 series, and I thought that would continue into game 1. I knew from a few minutes into that one that game was going under, but I do think today is a good spot to get back on that under. I do trust both of these teams more defensively, and I think in a tighter game too, this game will fall underneath the total. I don't think we fly over like we did last one, so under 226 for me here in this one tonight.
Under 226 here from Jay. We have seen 226.5 in some places right now. Sharpest book in the world at 226.5 in offshore worlds as well. Also, in some of the U.S. sports books, you get 226.5. So it's mixed up everywhere. So shop and get the best numbers. Yeah, this is the adjustment game, right? This is where teams adjust. Jokic has this really, really big game. Murray had a pretty good game as well. So they're going to be on the film. Everyone's attentive here. It's the Western Conference Finals. You got everyone's attention, and they're going to be all out to put the stops here on Murray and Jokic.
Yes, sir, man. Jokic had a monster game. Game 1, the triple-double through 3 quarters, a 30-point triple-double through 3 quarters last game with Anthony Davis, who I think who has been the best player throughout the playoffs, the best defensive player throughout the playoffs on him. So I do think that some of the adjustments that the Lakers made in the fourth quarter might, pay dividends. We shall see. I think Anthony Davis now being able to just protect the rim more so than trying to guard Jokic on those high screen and rolls should result in lesser scoring for this Nuggets team. But we shall see, man. It's going to be a very interesting series, and I'm super excited about tonight's action.
Yeah, I'm hearing his name Tristan Thompson coming up here a lot. As the Lakers are trying to find some big bodies just to slow down this Jokic.
Yes, sir, they are, man. He's a big body, man. I think, like I've said for most of the year, he's the best player in the NBA. And He was robbed of his 3-time MVP, in my opinion.
Yeah, that looks no doubt about that one. Of course, people forgot Embiid sat that game, right? When Nuggets played the Sixers. Remember that one late in the season?
Yes, he did. He sat that one, and I think the knock on Jokic was, we got to remember, the Nuggets were hooped so hard at the beginning of the season. They had the 1 seed locked up for so long that a lot of those games down the stretch were meaningless, and you're not going to just go out there and give your all for some meaningless games. So I still thought Jokic was the best player in the league, even over Embiid this season.
Yeah, they coasted home there at the end, no doubt about that with those Nuggets. And even Malone challenging the team. There were some spots late. That might have hurt too when Malone went off on his team there near the end of the regular season, because there was one game he pulled the starters in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they pulled them in the fourth quarter and he just went off on them.
Yep, they were losing to the Rockets. I remember that game vividly.
That could have cost them the MVP, right? Because that's when they were looking bad and Malone was trying to get some fire in them. And but anyway, there's everything looking great here on their end. And I'm sorry that your Nuggets, even though they had a 0.2% chance of getting the first round pick, they didn't get it.
Yeah, my Mavs, we didn't get it, man. I'm glad we didn't give it to the Knicks, though. That's what I will be happy about. So we did get our 10th pick, and then I had Big Al McMorty on the show today, so we talked about his Spurs getting the number 1 pick in pretty good depth today. So I was happy for him and the Spurs, and we'll see if my Mavs can make some adjustments this offseason and put us back where we should be.
Well, we'll see if we can call it the old Texas Triangle. See, but it's not a triangle; it's a horizontal line. This the Mavericks, and now nobody, right? It used to be tough going to Texas.
Hey, this was the first year in NBA history that all 3 NBA Texas teams did not make the playoffs. And this was also the first time in NBA history where all 4 California teams made the playoffs. Pretty
interesting, no doubt about that. Jay here, Nuggets, Lakers under 226. Look for the hook. It's out there. Plenty of spots, guys. This one have a start time, 8:30 Eastern time. It'll be on ESPN. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have singles here from NBA, NHL, as well as 2 on the diamond still, 760 units of profit for Jay last 30 days. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Really small card tonight for the later action. I just got one play, my $19 NBA Jam Session play, my favorite play on the board in the NBA every day. That's all I got for sale today, man. So you can scoop it up, $19 as we try to continue to stay high. Last 2 days we pushed, and we lost last night with the Celtics, but I think we're like 10-2 the last 12 in the NBA. So we've been pretty hot in the playoffs, just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. So hop on that play or long term, as you know, we get back to the regular schedule for the rest of the week. So we'll definitely have some later action to be able to bet on here.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results the last 30 days. Get on board with Jay's. Got his NBA Jam Session, $19 premium up on the board right now. Get it. Credit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in the account for side credits. That is credit guarantee. Also, the long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. You get all of Jay's premium plays for that time period. Just like when you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase. Also has an NBA end of the season pass up there. Check it out. Get signed up. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But everybody know here, as when there's a game, there's a live show, correct?
Yes, sir. When there's a game, there's a morning drop, and there's a live show the same day. So we're going to keep it rolling, man. So I had great guests today. I've really had great guests. I have great guests every day. So make sure y'all tune in to the live show, 3 Central, 4 Eastern, and catch the drop in the morning as I run through the card, man.
Run through the card in the morning, indeed. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tony T. I'll see you tomorrow.
You got Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It is now time for my picks. Let me get. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. James Thrower said Embiid killed him in the first game this season. He had like 40 and 20 on Jokic. Yes, he did. That's when he did have that big one. No doubt about that. Delivery Dude likes Lake Show, and then Delivery Dude looking forward to that fight there on Saturday. Not big a fan of this UFC card, but many liking the fight here on Saturday. All right, let's continue on here. Let's get to my game here, and we're going to be going here. We're going to do not this game. What are we going to do? Yeah, we're going to do the Yankee game, right? So let me pull it up here and get to the Yankee game. Yankees and Blue Jays tonight. We see the Blue Jays favorite here, -135. Total sits here at 8.5, and that's what I'm going to be looking at in this one. I'm going to be looking here at the over 8.5 here with this Blue Jays and Yankees. And I like what I'm seeing here from this Yankees hitting lineup. It has definitely made some noise here, especially with the Judge back in the lineup. They're hitting the ball. They're getting to the bullpens as well. And we've seen some scoring in this series. We know Cortez has his struggles this year with an ERA 5.5. He's getting hurt by the home run, almost 1.5 home runs per 9 innings. Berrios, ERA over 5. The Yankees seen a lot of them. The Blue Jays seen a lot of Berrios here. And we're going to come in here with the over in this game, as the Blue Jays have done a really good job of hitting and scoring against left-handed starters this season, which is another key to the pick. So we're going over here, over 8.5, Yankees and Blue Jays. And this one, they have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, have a best bet right now over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight here from Major League Baseball. So go ahead and get on board with it. Also, you can go long-term with me. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period to select. When you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase, remember, pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. Add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's give you guys. Let's get to the scoring updates before we get to the pick here, or to the recap. We saw the Angels on a back and forth game. Get it 6-5, big underdogs today. Rays and Mets. Mets with a 1-run win here. Another one, 3-2 against the Rays. Marlins 5-3 against the Nationals. This one pushes the total. Marlins were favored in the game. Guardians and White Sox, low scoring game again. Guardians win at 3-1. Guardians average just 2 runs per game against the AL Central. They got 1 more than average. They win at 3-1 in that one. And of course, we're getting ready here at the top of the hour for Yankees, Blue Jays, and Dodgers, Cardinals to wrap it up. Let's get to the recap. Alex Smart got us started. Yankees +115 against the Blue Jays. Nino said Lakers +5.5 against the Nuggets. Wayne was on Haney by decision, -175 against Lomachenko in boxing for Saturday. Shane on the Dodgers run line, laid the run in half, +105 against the Cardinals. Tony Brown was on the Jokic player prop, under 54 points plus rebounds plus assists. I don't just say assist, but it's plus assist there, under 54 points, rebounds, and assists. Lakers Nuggets under 226. Now you can find the hook at half, and I'll be on Yankees Blue Jays over 8.5 runs. The one that I like the most, well, I will have to go there. I like the play here from El Ninos here with Lakers here plus 5.5. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow here live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and look at what their plays for you here in real time. And so don't forget that we are here with you there Monday through Friday. And of course, don't forget all the live shows here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time is the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Chris, and of course, you also have Rod Zawacki up there. Also, I will make note here of the Pick Dogs video series with Rod Zawacki and Chris. They are live. They are not live, but on recorded tape here with their NHL video picks. And of course, don't forget Ron Romanelli with his baseball breakdown. Jay with the morning drop on his NBA video, and also with the live jam session 4 p.m. each time when there are games. Mike Davis also with his prize picks and his first 5 innings picks. We got Nick Metkin with his Nerfy Yerfy picks as well here on the channel. And of course, lots of content here over at Pick Dog Sports Chat Place. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting tool shows also his Nerfies on the board as well. So lots of content, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be notified when these videos drop or we're live. Get the best numbers with the picks when you get them right away. All right, I'd like to thank everybody in our chat room today. Seeing James Thrower in there. We got Delivery Dude in there as well. Jose Bibbs in there. Luis Antonio Chavez, Zach Perry, Robert Thomas, Nazensi in there as well. Ronald Elston as always. Fernando Mendoza. Mims in the chat room today. Shout out to Mims as well. So lots of great contributors there in the chat. Appreciate everyone's contributions. Greatly appreciated here on the show. That's going to do it. Let's